This is my guitar wing receiver device. It's a multi-mapping software that's designed for the guitar wing to allow me to switch between different mappings using these side buttons. This allows me to use the pads up to 4 different ways at a time and quickly switch between these using the side buttons. It also means that I can use one mapping in isolation, so I can click one pad and only this mapping will be affected. I'd have to actually switch to the second, third, or fourth one to actually play with those mappings. Furthermore, I've set up each of the mappings quite differently as I wanted to use the device in different ways. So there's a combination of CC or note on off messages depending on which one I choose. So for example, I'll demonstrate the 4 main pads here. The first one you'll see here is note on, note off, which is good for talking things on, maybe turning on and off tracks, triggering clips, etc. Whereas the second one is continuous control based on how much pressure I'm putting down the device, which is good for maybe more aggressive control over effect parameters, for example. And similarly, I've set up the other sliders and pads this way. Ultimately, I didn't use the software in my final instrument as I felt it was lacking transparency and immediacy. I didn't want to distort the gesture to sound relationships by having 4 different outcomes for every pad in the end. And at the same time, I didn't want to have to remember which mode the device was in. So therefore, I only used one mapping in the end. This also meant that I always knew the outcome of my action whenever I was going to press any pad or slider.